options of lots of different sizes. So you can see by using the corners, the 1 inch and the larger 3 inch, you've got a really lovely big panel there that you could build up. We've used a smaller one here, we've gone smaller, smaller, smaller. So you can really start to customise and get various different sizes depending on how you jigsaw those dies together for whatever project you're working on. You can use them just on the bottom of a beautiful lacy card like this and get that lovely laser cut faux effect. We've used it on the corner of an envelope, and we've used the outside cutting edge to decal edge our envelope as well, so you can really start to make them look very detailed and intricate.
Really can, and therefore on a card.
On a card. This is what it looks like when you use the 4 corners to cut in.
I mean, what amazing foundation to build on now.
It's
when you've got this home,
isn't it?
It's already a beautiful card. A stamp in the middle. You're done, really.
Exactly. And these are the 4 corners with the outside decal edge. And then these are 4 corners with the outside and inside as separate layering pieces. That's what they would look like. The versatility you get in the different sizes of panel, I can show you here with one set of dies, the daisy dies. So that's a panel using the smallest interconnecting jigsaw die. There's a panel using the medium, and there's a panel using the larger. So with one set of dies, by using the different interconnecting ones, we've gone from a 5 to a 6 to an 8-inch layering panel for our cards.
And it could be a DL if you wanted to.
It could be a DL. They'll work with all of the sizes that come from A4. So you can use them on all of those on your A5, your A6, your DL, your whatever you want to use. Because you've got all of those different interconnecting dies,
it's just so much, isn't there? It's
too much to take in.
And you haven't got to work them all out. Just get them home and then enjoy them. Indulge inside them.
And this is the same set of dies, but 2 entirely different sizes of easel card. Because you've got those interconnecting jigsaw dies, you can take it from a small card up to a really large card, only limited by the size of the die cutting plate you're working on. And then you can do lots of little things like your tags, for example, or you can do bookmarks with the matching decal edge top to match the bottom of the bookmark, so that it looks like that. You can just make it into a plain card if you want to, because why not? It looks beautiful.
It does. And Joel, speaking of easel cards, there's a beautiful one right here. Isn't that nice? That's what you could do. Isn't that stunning? It really is nice. And this is just options and options. Don't forget, if you're buying the one-day special or the big bundle, which is the 2 one-day specials, well, you've got an hour back this morning with demonstrations. You've got 2 hours from yesterday evening with demonstrations with Leanne as well. So watch you back on Rewind.
Do you know what I love about that?
Go on.
That is literally a white card base and 2 colours of card with a sentiment.
That's it, isn't it?
And it looks exquisite. It looks very stylish. It looks like you've spent a long time working that out and arranging that, and actually it's very easy to do.
It is.
So you can make beautiful statement pieces like this really quickly. And you know, sometimes, I know when I'm crafting, I haven't got 4 hours to make one card.
No, of course not.
I've got an hour and I want to do something creative, so I just want to make something quick. This would be perfect for that, because it's 2 colours of
but
card.
Impressive.
But it looks like I've spent a long time doing it.
It does. And can we make and sell the cards we make?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So because these are complete Crafters Companion designs, no licensing here at all, designed by our very talented own staff.
Very talented, yeah.
The angel policy is knock yourself out.
For your own money, personal
just
profits,
whatever you want
charities.
to do. For yourself as a cottage industry, sell as many as you can. And we encourage you to do it and say, make as much money as you can. If you want to do it for charity, do it for charity. If you just want to give them away, give them away. But if you do want to sell them as a small business and make money from it, as long as it's a finished card, make and sell as many as you want.
Well, you know what, shall I give you some more inspiration? We've got a load of examples. I'll be right back. Let me give you some more ideas what you can make, because we want to spend time showing the concept, because that, for me, is where the value is on all this. And you know, the quickest way you can order it is right here on our website, hochanda.com. When you check out your baskets, by the way, if you do want FlexiBuy, just tick the little red box and it breaks it all down for you. It's so simple. You pay your postage and packaging today. Now then, like I said, we've got so many more examples to show. We've got an awful lot. Now, the 2-minute queues, they haven't left. They're still very much here. Do bear with us. We will get to you. If you'd like to join Maureen, Diane, Jackie from Liverpool. I'm from Chester. Not far. I'm a 21st in Liverpool. I love Liverpool, Jackie. Awesome. One of my favourite cities. An awesome place. Debbie, for Whitney, Catherine, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your custom this hour. But you know what? Let's show you what else you can do with this. Now, I'm just going to generally speaking about the complete bundle. So the one-day special, you can either get the top row or the bottom row, top 3 or the bottom 3 right there. But I'm going to show you general inspiration, because lots of you are going for all of them in that big bundle, which is the details for which bottom of the screen. So this is what you could do. Thanks so much, ladies and gents, for the design team. You've done us proud. So this is what you could do. But the job Leanne and I have, we want to just let you know how much value you've got. The amount of doors this open, especially if you are are looking to make and sell, you can just have so many different configurations. It looks like you've used different dies to make so many different styles here. So it just goes on and on and on. It could be years of practicing with these and years of redesigning the configuration, and that's because you don't get one die to make one style front of a card. This is create a card meets the edgeable concept from Crafted Companion. You've got the individual components. They're like jigsaw pieces that you piece to put together however you want. I like this one. Angela, that's beautiful. I love the colours there. Isn't it gorgeous? But again, like Leanne was saying, you really don't need much as well. If you're just getting into crafting, if you've got a die cutter machine, you'll realise when you get more and more into crafting that it's important to have something value for money, something that's going to grow with you. And we're talking about the concept, but how about the style? Well, we've got styles here I think would be suitable for a wide range of age groups in terms of the recipient who's going to receive this. But again, I think absolutely ideal for guys, for girls, absolutely perfect, very different sex, very different age groups. This is your one bundle to create so many different styles, and you can use it for your edges, use it for framing, use it for the corners, not only for your 5x5, your 6x6, your DL size, your easel cards, but how about your scrapbook pages? Because that die right there, so we've used that die, we've used the edge, but you could also use the inside cutting die to actually cut out a die cut. You can layer it over the top to have that shadow effect, or you can just use it for your scrapbook pages if you want it on a larger piece. But you're only limited, in terms of what cards you can make, you're only limited to the size of your die cutting machine in terms of the plates and really your imagination. Now, how about this? There's the corner dies that used. Beautiful for your scrapbook pages. There's our star, it looks like. And then if you go on down, you'll see the boxes we've got right there. We've got easel cards. We've got various different, like a little tent fold card. Beautiful. But again, moving away from cards, it can be much, much more. How about boxes? How about the lids? Do you know what? And you can take it a stage further if you want. You can even take that bit right there. If you just use that die, and you can cut it numerous times going around the outside. It's just so many options. But even if you think, oh my word, this is overwhelming, where do I start? Don't worry about that. Get the deal whilst we've got the stock, because if you're going for the complete collection, details bottom of the screen, 85% of the stock is gone. Most of you are going for that this hour. In fact, that's been the case since we launched this range at 6 o'clock yesterday evening. Now, it is a one-day special, don't forget, still. So, I thought I was falling over. Come, I'm up here, I'm up here, I'm up here. Don't forget, if you have just tuned in, the prices will expire at 6 o'clock this evening. That's for the one-day special. So, don't wait for the full price of £35.97. If you'd like the top three, which is trellis, decor and damask, select that under the item number, or same item number for the bottom three, filigree, daisy and flourish. But again, you're saving £6 there, or £6 there. But if you go for the bundle, details bottom of the screen, you're going to get the both savings, so obviously therefore £12. And then if you're a Freedom member, a further £12. Not only that, whether you're a Freedom member or not, you can stagger the cost on FlexiBuy. Now, if you are a Freedom member, this is what we call a why not deal, because it costs you £6.97 to become a Freedom member. It's worth paying that to become a Freedom member just before you only buy this, because you're saving a further £6 and you're saving your £2.95 P&P. That's the total savings, £8.95. So it does make sense to get that, just to get this bundle. Well, any questions for Leanne? We've got about 20 minutes left on the show. Please do email us at studio@hochanda.com.
Yeah.
So, Leanne, what are we going to do next?
I love a question or two. So we're going to have a look at how to make this easel here. We're going to look at how to decorate the bottom, how to decorate the top, to make the matching little centrepiece here, and then also to create our own little tag embellishments.
Right.
Now, to save time, because I've got so much I want to show you, we're going to practice our sound effects again.
Right.
Okay. So what I've got lined up here is the topper panel. So this is making this piece.
Lovely.
Of the easel card. So what I've done is on a square piece of Centura pearl.
You can't knock our camera awareness, can they?
You can't, can they?
No.
We're very aware.
We're very aware. We know where you're watching.
We absolutely do. So we've got our creator card cut in, we've got the outside cutting, we've got the medium connector, the creator card again, and all of the little outside dies. And it's going to go whoop through your machine.
How does it go again?
Whoop, like that. Well, it is. Oh, that's good. That sounded like a lightsaber.
Yeah, there we are.
I'm very impressed with that. Okay, so next time I'm going to go like that, you can do the noise.
Okay.
Okay. Teamwork.
Yeah.
So when you've done that, then you've got your panel. Now what I've also done is create my easel card base doing exactly the same thing. So I'm just going to stick this in place, and I'm just going to use my tape pen for speed.
Lovely.
Oh, helps if you take the lid off.
Okay.
Now what I do want to do is make sure I put that in the right way.
Actually, as well.
Have we?
You can
They're
see
fantastic.
them on the website.
They are
3 for
fantastic.
£9.99. That's 66 metres worth.
That's as cheap as chips, that.
Not bad, is it?
That's definitely knock yourself
Massive
out.
bad,
So there we go. We've got our easel card where we've done the bottom and the panel to match.
Lovely, beautiful.
And, yeah, and now I've just got some matting and layering to do. So we're going to build that up, and I'm going to use my all-purpose because I don't want it coming to pieces later.
By the way, we have got less than 20 minutes on the show. Okay. So again, do email us any questions. This is your penultimate chance, actually, to get the one-day special. But do you know what? Most of you are going for the bundle. It's the one-day special is 2 options. You get both options, which are the top row and the bottom row. You get all of those 6 die sets for £59.94. You're still getting that one-day special saving and a further £6 saving if you're a Freedom member. So there we go.
So to create my little sentiment panel, what I've done is just take a oblong of card, and then I've cut in my little creator card detail on opposite ends, and I've also used the outside cutting edge, and that's given me that little matching panel. And that's just going to go in the centre. I love this, that we can mix and match between sets if we want to. So that could be the edge from another set, and there could be the corners from another set, or you can just stick within the set and have it all matchy-matchy if that's what you like to do. So just a little bit more matting and layering in the centre here. There we go.
Lovely.
And now I'll do the inside just before we put the embellishments on. So I've just got a nice little strip which will become
they're quite inspiring, these as well, because once you've used these dies, you're always halfway there to a beautiful card. Get some lovely cardstock. Is that the Century of Pearl we're using?
It is.
Hint of silver?
Hint of silver, well spotted.
Lovely.
Now then, what I've got here is a structured bow, and that's just going to go with some 3D glue gel at the top there. I've then got a lovely flower using monochromatic tones to match my card. Always put big quilling flowers like this on with a good dollop of 3D glue gel, never anything else, certainly not a foam pad, and pop that on there, so that goes nicely. Now I've got here a plastic piece of paper. I've got a box at home I use, but I've got a really delicate sentiment I want to put on here, so I'm going to use my stick and stay to do that. Okay. So a little plastic bag's what I do just for speed and ease. At home I've got a spray booth.
Is this for fabric and paper?
No, there's 2 different ones.
Right, okay.
So there's a stick and stay for fabric and a stick and stay for paper.
Right.
And there's a stick and spray for fabric and a stick and spray for paper.
I get you. Okay.
And then the stick away, which is for paper.
Right, okay, I get you.
Or scissors or mats.
So this is the more permanent option.
Yes, this is stick and stay
for paper.
I'll just move that bag. And notice how little I had to use.
Yeah, it's just a myth.
It is, it's fantastic. It's fantastic stuff. So I'm just going to put my little happy birthday across there on a jaunty angle, and that'll be stuck everywhere now because I used my permanent spray adhesive. So there we go, I've got my happy birthday. And then if I open up my card, that'll go back on in a minute because that would be left to dry. What I can do is stick these little flowers in place. I'm going to have them down here, so let's put them here, here, here. And then what I've got is a little piece where I had a tiny little oblong. I've used the little connector and just made my own little tag embellishment that's going to go alongside the flowers to tie in. And so then they're going to go here.
Oh, lovely.
Here. And here.
So we're all engrossed in this bit. It's that finishing touch, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? And then they need to be left to dry, so you would prop that up, and then when it's dry, I'd stick the bow back on and then leave it flat to dry further, and what you will end up with is this, because that's all dry now.
Oh, lovely.
There you go.
There we are. Yeah, and that's beautiful. And that is in real time. It's just quick. Obviously, done a bit of cutting before, but a
little bit of cutting before, but that's it.
But that's it. That is quick, and you could sell that. How much would you get for that? What price are you thinking at home?
That's a really good question, isn't it? I would, if that was me, for me, that would be a minimum of £5.99.
Yeah, I was thinking five.
And I think that needs to be about fair, I think, £5.99.
I think that's
with all those
fair.
embellishments. Maybe if you've made a little Centura pearl box to go in because you've got all the dimension with the flowers.
Yes.
Done a little bit of matting and layering on there.
With a bit of tissue paper in the box.
Bit of tissue in the box. A little bit of ribbon.
Embossed tissue paper. A nice ribbon. Oh, we're going on.
Yeah.
You could even use those dies to cut into the panels of your box.
Absolutely.
You know, it just goes. It's a complete harmonised gift, then, isn't it?
Yes.
It's all in uniform. Shall I do another recap?
Why not?
I'll be right back, Leanne.
Okay.
Don't forget, you can see all the other items on our website, hochanda.com. So, by the way, if you like the glues, we've got the Clout All-Purpose glue. I know Leanne's used this a few times. Oh, they're those tape pens. So Leanne tested 25 glues or something like that. It was a busy few days to get the right glue, and we settled with this one. It hasn't needed to be changed since because it really is extra strong. So you're getting 66 metres worth in total for £9.99. 5-star reviews there. If you want to stop up on some essentials, we've got the brown craft card, £9.99. And if you like the 3D glue that Leanne's been using and a tape pen, maybe go for that. It's like a good glue collection, actually. So if you're not, each one has their own different purpose. So you got a Clout All-Purpose 3D, and you also get the tacky glue and that Crafts Companion tape pens. That's 4 in total right there. Well then, if I just tuned in, again, what we love about Crafts Companion, they've done it again. It's another leap forward in craft this, because quite often you'll hear us saying, well, sometimes you've got a die, and then you've got the outside cutting edge. And now, you've got that concept here, but the design itself has been broken down into individual components. So it's like a jigsaw die. And John, if I actually turn one round for you, here we go. So now this one here, if you're knocking things over, sorry, Sandra, Sandra, if you're watching. No offence on Facebook and in real life, thank you. So there we go. Now, if you would like to go for this, we've seen Leanne use these dies to explain how it works. So watch Show Back and Rewind if you just tuned in and buying this now. But again, you see, you've got your die that just cuts in detail, straightforward. You've then got your outside cutting die, which means you can have a beautiful edge to the shape of your card. But then if you want to cut out the individual die cut, you use the inside cuts too. So you're going to use all three at the middle if you want a separate die cut, which you can use to layer up on your dies, or you can use it to layer up on your scrapbook pages, and there we go. Or you can just leave in the detail. It's completely up to you. Or you just use that edge with all the other edge in this set to make the design of your card, to make the outside shape of your card, if you get what I'm saying. So there we go. Of all different options for you. Now, the one-day special is 2 options. So, would you like the top one or the bottom one? Now, the top one we got here, it is the trellis, decor and damask. So we've got the decor here. So we've got the decor, beautiful. So that is the decor. You've also got right here, which is the, that's from the other set. Bear with, I'm dropping things, bear with. Oh, it's all going so well. Do you know what? I think I mixed them all up. We're getting the trellis, decor and the damask. So sorry, it's those ones right there. And then the bottom ones, you're getting the filigree, the daisy and the flourish. Now, I've got this one to show you here. Right. So if you like the flourish, I've mixed them up, sorry. So you've got the filigree. Was a lot. If you get the filigree, you are getting the daisy, and you're also getting the flourish. So select that option if you prefer. You're saving £6. Again, it's 637823. But I've got to say, don't worry about which option you're going to pick. If you're like me and you can't make decisions, just go for both options. But rather than buy the one-day special twice, maybe go for this item number, because that means you're still going to get the £6 saving there and the £6 saving there, so obviously £12. But you're only going to pay the P&P once, and it also means you can stagger that cost on FlexiBuy. Now, the first FlexiBuy payment is actually the same as the one-day special anyway, £29.97. That is on your screen. However, the next thing I'd like to say to you, if you're a Freedom member, you save a further £6. You can then rest assured you're not going to be paying any postage or packaging, and you can still stagger it on FlexiBuy as well. It's what we call a why not deal, actually. So a why not deal is when we mean it's actually better value to pay your Freedom membership fee of £6.97 for the first month, and then buy this item, because you're saving £6 as a Freedom member and you're not paying any P&P. Total saving therefore of £8.95 versus your payment of £6.97 to become a member. So there we are. Now, there's no contracts. You're not locked into anything, because that will put me right off. I've got a commitment issue. But try it for a month, see how you get on, and if it's not for you within the first month, give a call centre ring. They just cancel it for you. Simple as that. Now then, we've got about 12 minutes left on the show, about 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
Yeah, what should we do for the last few minutes?
So I've got a little concept demo ready, so I'm going to show you how you can cut lots of little dies at the same time to make a different design. So I've used them singularly up to now. I want to show you how you can use a few.
Right.
And then I thought, let's just have a look at these boards again, because we keep talking about how many different versatile options there are, and I think it really comes to life when I manage to show you the boards and show you exactly how you're going to jigsaw them all together. So this board here is using... Do you know, I've done it again. Here it is. You need to know how the die... You'd think I'd have remembered by the time I've done it 3 or 4 times, wouldn't you? Anyway, this is how your set of dies come to you. You've got 2 corner sets of dies. Each of those have 3 dies. So if I just lie these up down here from a different set, you'll see what I mean. So each of the sets you can see here come in 3 pieces. You've got your cut-in creator card, your outside cutting edge and your inside cutting edge. That's what happens here. So each one of those, the 2 corners, the large jigsaw, the medium and the small, all have 3 pieces to them. That's what your dies come like. Okay. This is what happens when you use only one of the elements. So this is using our creator card cutting element. So you're literally going to make a square of paper, whatever size you're using, and then line up your dies around the edges and cut them, and you will be able to build up this customised panel beautifully and lacy just using that as a creator card die. You can then continue to do that on smaller or larger sizes. So here we've done the corners and the 1-inch jigsaw interconnector. Here's just the 4 corners, here's the medium, and here's the large. So you've got a 4, 5, 6 and 8-inch panel there. Create a card, beautiful lacy designs, and you've been able to customise that yourself using that set of dies.
And don't forget, this is just one set these boards are made from. You're getting 6 sets if you're going for the complete collection.
Absolutely. So then we've got here our... what's the word I'm looking for?
Edges.
Edges, there we go. So then you just line up your edges and you can create your decal edge going all the way around, again on the small, on the 4, 5, 6 and 8-inch panel by using a combination of them all together, and then you get that beautiful decal edge. And of course you can do them on different sizes as well. This is just to demonstrate. You can do it on all the sizes that come from A4, like your A5, A6, DL, etc. So this is what happens now when you use your creator card cut-in die plus the outside cutting edge. You then get that beautiful in-cut lacy detail with the lacy that goes around the side. So you've got lovely doily toppers now. And again, you've got your 4, 5, 6 and 8-inch here that you can see. What happens if you use all 3 cutting dies together? So that's your in-cut creator card, your outside cutting edge, and also the inside cutting edge. When you use all 3 together, you cut out full layering embellishment pieces that can be used on their own or in a whole configuration around whatever size project you're working on. That could be as big as A1, because you're only limited by how many pieces you've cut out.
Well, of course you are,
so
yeah,
it's not
of course you are.
This shows you how they all work together to layer up and do different sizes of mat and layer. So you can see by using different configurations. Here we've got corners, a large and 2 small, corners, 2 small and a medium, corners and a large, corners and a medium, corners and a small. You get lots of different sizes of layering panel.
Can I ask something?
Of course you can.
Because you see this, using this one here, for example, so if you use this cutting edge, if you did that and went it through the die cutting machine, that's like a little pocket to tuck in a photograph.
Correct.
Or how about your parchment? Because with parchment, it's hard to stick onto. You have to be careful with glues. So that's what a lovely way to anchor and display your parchment craft.
Yes, that would be fantastic. Brilliant. Of course it would. Brilliant idea, Charlie.
That's what you have to do. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
But these ideas, these ideas will come to you, bound to, when you're crafting at home. This is just the start.
Yep. So you can do a lovely filigree base to your card if you want to. The lovely laser cut design. The detail is very intricate. We've done it on the corner of an envelope here, and we've used the outside cutting dies to create the decal all around the edge. That would make it beautiful. This is what it looks like if you just use your cut-in details for mat and layer. This is what it looks like with your cut-in details and the outside cutting edge to create that decal. And then this is what it looks like when they cut out whole separate pieces so that you can just layer up all of the different embellishments as a panel if you want to. You can see here by using the small, the medium and the large interconnecting dies, the different sizes of panel you can create using one set of dies. Possibilities are endless, and then you can apply it to lots of different types of cards. So you can do a mini easel card and a larger easel card from the same set of dies, because you've got all of those jigsaw pieces which allow you to extend or decrease the design depending on what you're working on at that time. It gives you so much versatility, more than just one die that does one thing. I can't have even shown you 2% here of the possibilities, honestly.
And Joe, if we want, for the people who've got this home, if they do have any questions, can we contact Crafty Companion?
Yes, of course, always. You know, we're always active on social media, and if you put a question on my page, I'll always do my very best to answer it. So, yes, of course.
Well, there we go. Any questions? That peace of mind right there. If you have any questions now, give a call to ring. There's 2-minute queues on the phones, but the quickest way to shop for these 3-minute queues on the phones now, quickest way to order is on our website. But again, if you like to go for 2 one-day specials, this is what it looks like. This is actually the complete collection now. So you're saving a total of £12 here. So you're getting those one-day special deals, but also an additional £6 saving as a Freedom member, and no postage of packaging as a Freedom member right there. 006-265 is your item number. Now we've got about 3.5 minutes on the show, so let's go through some other options what you can do. Now we're going to assume you're going for the big bundle, because most of you are. So generally speaking, Leanne, let's have a look at some of the bundles. We've got stacks and stacks of cards right here.
I was trying to be subtle there.
It wasn't subtle, Leanne, was it? Really?
I didn't hear them say
that
back
was about
in
as a bull in a
I was like
china
this.
shop.
I thought I was being secret, but I wasn't. So there you go.
They let us down there backstage, didn't they?
They did. They could have told me. Saved me looking like a tatey. Never mind. So we can do all of these different things here. So this is done. It's a very northeast thing, that, a tatey. Do you know what? Do you know what it is? Like a fool.
A bit
like a tatey, but not as harsh as a fool, just like a daft. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're not even
in
that.
A fun way.
Oh,
in a fun way. So we've got a lovely A4 sheet here, which has been scored into DL, and then what we've done is cut that lovely interconnecting detail and done some matting and layering, so you get a lovely lacy effect on a waterfall. How fabulous does that look?
Look at that. Now, Joe, if you come in closer, you'll see the detail's absolutely magnificent. Isn't that stunning? That is beautiful. Look at that detail. And again, we're talking about the concept, but also the actual styles here. Would you say they're good for guys and girls?
Yes, and I actually think the opulent decor is the most masculine.
I think so,
this one.
Like this one, yeah, that's nice.
I think if that was done just in very dark tones, that is a very masculine design.
Oh,
maybe the
twisties,
daisy one, not so cheeky twisties. That's nice, isn't it?
I like that.
Do you know what? If I did have my time again, I would do the corner here and here.
Oh, of course you could, yes, you could do.
Because that would look really nice, wouldn't it?
Yes, and if you'd like to know how this was made, watch the show back on Rewind between 9 and 10 o'clock this morning. There we go. Beautiful.
I think it looks fantastic with our glitter card behind. That's definitely a bit of bling. That looks amazing.
Joe, if you come in closer again, you'll see, just right there, you'll see the detail there is absolutely magnificent. Isn't that stunning? It is beautiful, and that's what we're paying for. It's the detail, it's the style, with the concept as well. This
I love because it's using it to actually create the topper as well. So you can see those 4 corners have been cut facing inside, and it's created a mandala that we've then been able to do the same corners on the square on the outside. Get that beautiful, intricate lace panel. You've created that all yourself. If you just want a quick and simple make a flap on a gift bag. How fabulous
nice. I didn't
is
see that one earlier.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh, I like this.
Now I'm going to raid my little Sandra stash.
Minute and a half.
This I love. I think this is a beautiful gift box where we've used it to cut the detail in the top of the box, but then we've also used the large interconnecting die to put those little handles all around the side of the box there. And it just looks gorgeous, doesn't it?
They really are. And so again, for boxes, tags as well. Gifts. Can we look at the gift tag? There's a gift tag box as well. That red one. I love that red one. That's really nice. Do you know what? They do the sound of this as well. That's beautiful. How about this? We go into bits like this. So we're not limited to a size at all. No. Because sometimes you can elongate, but this is the individual components that you can mix with one another and make beautiful styles. You really can. Oh, I like this.
See, that's a nice little gift voucher wallet. You know, if you know when you get like a little gift vouchers for Christmas and
little
birthday
credit card size ones, I know.
Or maybe some money inside if you don't want to buy a voucher.
Is it? There's not one in there, that's disappointing.
I never feel right giving money as a gift.
No.
Feels like you haven't bothered.
It feels like you haven't bothered, but if you make a card, that is the gift.
Exactly.
Stick it in a box. Wrap around some tissue paper, you got a beautiful gift. Thanks, Leanne.
Thank you,
we'll see you at 5 o'clock, all being well.
Absolutely.
Don't forget, if you got the one-day special, well, if you can stretch for the bundle, that is the best value way if you're a Freedom member. I'll see you later on. We'll see you live in the studio here at Hochanda after this. So we've got Ali Stitchy Fingers with Hayley coming up after the break. We've got tonic index ideas and happy hour deals with Hayley, I think, again. So I'll see you at 5 o'clock back with Leanne, all being well, with our one-day special.
Hi, I'm Barbara Gray from Clarity Stamp Limited. We're well known in the industry for designing and manufacturing top quality, award-winning craft products. As with all craft projects, you need a good starting place, a great stamp, a top quality stencil, and in recent times we've developed the groovy parchment art system so that your line art is perfect on parchment. Another exciting development to come from the marriage between parchment and our stamp company is the fabulous designer papers and now the designer parchment. There is nothing like it. Each groovy plate is precision etched, and by simply getting in the groove with a stylus, you can easily transfer great designs onto parchment. Groovy is a modular system. The plates complement each other and work beautifully together. They are packed with elements and allow you to build your own original artwork. Whether you're a novice or a traditional parcher, you will love these plates. And for me personally, having beautiful line art is what motivated me to want to learn traditional parchment skills. So why not get in the groove with us here on Hochanda?
Hi, I'm Bev, I'm from Be Crafty. We have been going for about 14 years, and 4 years ago we started designing and making our very own stamps just for you. All of our stamps are designed and made here at Be Crafty by my own fair hands, and we love using them for lots of different crafty projects. I love playing with our stamps and templates and getting as inky as I can, whether it's spraying or blending ink or stamping ink, paints, everything. We absolutely love it, and that's what we want to show you when we come to Hochanda, because we get to demo as much as we like, which is fantastic, so I can show you all the techniques that I'm learning too. So make sure you don't miss the Be Crafty shows on Hochanda.
Hello there and welcome back. Oh, my voice went a bit woo 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 then, didn't it? Singing. Didn't know I could yodel. Yodeling. Now, this is not the hour if you want to be taught how to yodel, definitely. If you want to be taught how to create some amazing sewing projects, then you are definitely in the right place, because you can see I'm here with Ali. And Ali, we're always busy when you're here, because you've been such a brilliant idea, brilliant concept. And this is something that you launched with us around April of last year.
Yeah, it's almost a year and I just can't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm still loving it just as much as when I first got it. It's still so exciting.
That's it, and that's a sign of good product, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, we've brought us a pick and mix. Now, these are all elements that we've seen before, but they were in a one-day special, so they're all grouped together. So now we can kind of pick out what we want if we missed out on that.
Yeah, it's for the people who maybe couldn't afford or didn't want to invest in a wider range. You might want to just try one or two, and it's for those people.
And it's brilliant. Now, the concept that we've got here involves a strategic piece, which isn't included with the pick and mix, because we're presuming you've already got that. But if anybody's not gone for that already, you do need an actual foot that's going to work with these templates. £34.99, which you'll find on the website, but we'll give you a few different ways of getting hold of that as the hour progresses. But with the pick and mix, we're presuming that you've already invested in your foot. Pick and mix, you can use that foot with any of these.
Definitely. You must have the foot to use the rulers, and the foot will still work with your free motion. So if you're just starting out and you're wanting to have a go at free motion and you might want to try rulers, this is the foot to go for.
Lovely.
Don't go for your free motion foot because it won't work with the rulers.
That's it, because some machines have one as standard with, or you may invest in one for your particular machine that you've got at home. It's not going to work with these templates, so you need the specific foot that Ali brings to us. Details are at the bottom of the screen, but we'll tell you all about it in a moment. 6 different templates, well, I say 6 different results, but it's so much more than that.
No, because you can use either side, you can use parts, you can do the outside, use the inside. No, there's a lot more you can do. It's one of those gifts that keeps on giving.
Well, it is. So if you have a look at the diamond that you've got there, I'll be showing you lots of ways that you can be working that one. You've got the music scroll there, as you can see, music notes, should I say. You've got the hammerhead. I think that's that one, isn't it?
Yes,
that's what we called that one. Down at the front, the most popular one during the earlier hours, this particular one, and that one is our swirl, and you're going to get your innie in your icy with that one. A third of that one's gone, actually. The heart, saw Ali working with this one alongside the music note, which was beautiful earlier on. And then this final one here is your bauble. Lots of different results.
Or the butterfly body.
Or the butterfly body, yeah. It looks like a butterfly, no wings. But have a look at this. When I said about when is a diamond not a diamond, it's when you see it like this, because this is brilliant. Look at all of these done from that one template.
Yeah, I was amazed, Hayley, when I started playing with this one, just how much came out of it. You know, it just changes the look of it totally. Like now you can see a flower in the middle of the top, top left one. It's right to them, isn't it?
And you can see, where am I? It's that one. Yep. No, a bit further over.
Yes,
it's
that one.
That one. Yes. Down at the bottom you can see just 4 repetitions, which is a really nice design as well.
Looks like Spirelli, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
That one, I'm not good at that, am I?
It takes ages and I still can't get it right. But this is just using that one, so you could perhaps choose that diamond and get these as some of the results. I say some of the results because you can mix it up. You don't have to do full revolutions of these. You could do almost like half sunset corners.
Yes, you
That's
could
just
do
one of them.
half diamonds, and doing one like hills, anything like that, really.
Good point. Now, the one that's proven to be the most popular is the swirl, and this is using the outside of the swirls too, and then stitching on the inside.
I also point out, Hayley, you're getting 1/4 of an inch to the outside or the inside of it, so you're getting 2 different sizes in that one.
That's true, yeah, definitely with that particular one. This one is the hammerhead. And again, this one, you're going to get a variance depending on which way around you have it. So we've kind of got the triangular edge to that one, as you can see on the top of each of those almost petals that we can see there. But then there is another version of it.
That one. I'm just trying to work out which it is.
Sometimes it
makes your mind go.
Well, this is the beauty of a product, when even Ali, who works with it every single day, looks at it and has to really consider the design that's in there to figure out which is the right one. And that is using it in a different way. So those are just two results using the exact same piece, dependent on which way around you turn it, but completely different. And that's the beauty of these templates. You'll find that time and time again.
That one's showing it in...
oh, that's a nice example, because that's got...
2 different ways by just doing less rotations. That's 4 and 8.
Yeah. Like that. Very medieval looking, that one, doesn't it? Yeah. Nice. And then the bauble. This is another nice one. Again, look at this. But you don't have to stitch the whole of this. So if you wanted to create this without those kind of ends there, you could stop.
You can just do the central part and I've just have the petals.
So like that. And then you've also got the heart and the swirl in there. Now, not the swirl, should I say? I keep calling it the swirl. It's the music note.
It is. I need to do the heart, don't I? Because that's not actually as a single, so I'll do the heart today.
OK, wonderful. There you go. Look at this. And this is the way that you can build up those swirls. So whatever configuration you like, really, Ali.
You can use it both sides, so you can put the hook on both parts of the... both sides, rather, of the ruler. So you can flip it over to do swirls going left, swirls going right. Making the heart by doing them together, using the full length, the short length, just using the hook part. The rulers are just a guideline, and you look at them in different ways, dissect them basically, and see which parts you want to use.
Good idea. Now, the beauty of a pick and mix means that you can take advantage of a saving, but we're not telling you what you have to have. You can choose. Now, they're normally £14.99 each, so by getting a pair, the pair whichever you choose, you are saving £4 on these. And you will find them on the website individually, but I do urge you to consider the pick and mix, because you're talking a little over £10 or thereabouts for you to actually get a second template as part of your pick and mix, and you can choose. Now, if you fancy going, let's go for the swirl. That's the one that's proved to be the most popular so far, so we'll add that one in. I like the diamond, the nose. I think I'm going to go for the note. Add that one, and you can see at the bottom of the screen, that purple band, it tells you if you've chosen all of your allocations. Add it to your basket, but you might think, well, you know what, I actually quite like that heart, and I wouldn't mind going for that bauble as well. You can go back and add those in. In fact, you can do that 3 times and get all 6 if you fancy treating yourself to the full set. And you can see they're all there in your basket. Just check that you've got the right items that you were looking for. Check out your basket, and then they're on their way to you. Now, we were talking about the foot.
Yes.
And the first ever set that you brought to us is this set that we're looking at here.
It is,
which is still very popular.
It is still very popular, and I'm not surprised, Hayley, because this is the best way to start, because you're getting the foot included.
Well, this is it. You'd normally be paying £34.99 for the foot on its own. You can get it on its own if you wanted, but for an extra £15 and a penny, you will be paying the first flexi-buy payments on this complete set, so definitely makes sense to get it this way.
Definitely, and you can get started straight away then, because you've got everything in there. You've got your hook, your foot, and 3 different sets of rulers, not just 3 rulers.
Yes.
Because you're getting 5 circles and 2 of the hearts.
Well, this is it. Now, you've got your 5 circles, different sizes, so obviously you can use the inside and the outside of these. Now, when we're talking about these ones, obviously the ones we've looked at previously, you've got some clear aspects in there. The coating on here, that's just a protective layer that peels away.
Yeah, when it's manufactured, the laser can burn that slightly, but underneath is perfectly clear. Peel off both sides.
And you might have seen in between the shows, I caught it a little bit earlier on. We came and had a visit and saw these manufactured, and the ladies are actually cutting them out. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. First time I saw it earlier on today.
I know.
I thought, oh, that's how it's done.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love watching. I go around and just watch them.
Clever, so clever. But because of the laser, it can scorch. So if you do get yours and you've got little brown marks on there, as you can see a little bit on this particular one, there's nothing to worry about. It's just scorching that protective layer to stop them getting scratched in transit too. But you're going to get your 5 circles, your 2 arcs.
Yep. And then your multi-ruler one.
Well, this is it. Now, your arcs, you've got your innie and your outie, and of course you've got your little piece in the centre there that you're going to be able to use. And you've also got this one, your multi-rule one. And this is ingenious because you've literally designed every single one of these slides for your personal use to start with.
I did, yes, because I knew what sort of things I wanted to make in my projects, and I thought a good long shallow curve and a straight line is going to be invaluable, and it has turned out to be. But then the semicircle and the inverted V just add to it. There's no point having 4 separate rulers. Put them all into one because you can just turn it round to use the different sides. I love it. Now, if you fancy getting hold of this particular set, then you can do. You've got to choose between your high shank and your low shank. We'll probably give you a bit of tuition on that when we get over to the demo area. But you were saying 85% of people will find that they need the low shank one. Yes, it's much more popular than the... And if you do find that you've chosen incorrectly, then just get in touch with Ali. Don't come back to us because it's quicker to go to Ali, to be honest. And you want to get going, I know. You will. Definitely. If you fancy going for this set, really easy for you to place your order for this one. 620886 being your item number. £99.99 with your first flexi buy of £50. And as I said, if you're going to get your foot anyway at £34.99, why not pay that extra £15 and a penny this month and get everything together, and then the remaining balance you'll be paying in a month's time. It's all on the website. Check out on the website. You'll see some brilliant reviews on there, and you can see there where you've got those individual elements there available to you for £14.99 each. You'll see some brilliant reviews on there. Like-minded crafters taking advantage of these elements that they've been using over and over again. So definitely do consider going for, well, pretty much everything that Ali brings to us, because you'll find a use for them. You certainly will. The hexagons, they're actually teamed up, so you've got a choice of the hexagons or the diamonds. In fact, you could go for both if you want to, and no additional post and packing. Again, you can see brilliant reviews featured with those, £29.99 a pair. And then you've got things like your scallop wave, which I think is actually the Loch Ness Monster. Not that I've ever seen him. And £21.99. And then you've got your deep wave, same price. Lots of different choice, lots of different ways you can use these. And of course, you've got lots of markings on there to help you get the results that you want. Now, we were talking about the foot before. Yeah. This is something you need to consider. Ali, can you explain to us the difference again? Yes. What you need to do is measure with the foot at its lowest position from this screw hole. I'll use my little pointer here. From this screw hole in the shank to the base of your machine. And you can see this is really low. I've swapped machines because I'm having problems with mine. Okay. So Hochanda very kindly lent me one of these. And you're measuring from the screw hole to the base. This one's about ½ an inch, which means it's a low shank. Okay. And this is what we're saying, about 85% of the machines out there are low shanks. So you're going to take off everything from your shanks, to just leave it bare with just the hole, measure it, and then this foot here will just fit on. Okay. And you can see there's a little bit of a gap at the top above. Yes. That's because I've moved it up and down. So that depends on the thickness of the fabrics that you're sewing with. Of course, that can vary. Yes, you could be sewing something like oven gloves, and it's got quite a few different layers. So you just slide it up and down the shank there, and then just screw that on, drop your feed dogs, and you're ready for off. Wonderful, so it's simple as that. So if you're not too sure, do that measurement. But as Ali said, perhaps go for the low shank, and then if you do find it's any different, get in touch with her and she'll be able to sort that out. If you want to go for the shank on its own, it's down at the bottom of the screen there. You can see £34.99. But again, if I was you, I'd be going for the set where it's included with the ruler system, because again, £15 and a penny more, you're going to get all those rulers. Second payment will go out in a month's time, so it might be worth considering getting hold of it that way. Now, at the end of the last show, you were working with the swirl. Yes, I was. This looks pretty. I've gone all the way around, but I've left one to do. Because a lot of people have actually got the low shank machines, and you do use it slightly differently when you're using the rulers, especially on the inside. So I've left one to do. Basically, all I'm going to do is finish this off, and then I'm going to do some more decorations around the edge with the other rulers. Wonderful. So I've got my needle down, and I've slowed my speed down to about 3/4 on this one. I'm holding down onto the ruler, and I'm sliding as well as holding down. So I'm just running that against the edge of the foot. take it as slow as you like, but you can see I'm actually turning the work as I'm going, because I don't want it to go. You see that it stops because it's got stuck on the back.
Okay.
So I can actually just move that around and go into that corner there, and then come back out. And just follow it around, come back into the middle, do a couple of stitches, raise my needle, and then take that out. So
And
that
it's
has
as easy as
completed the middle section of this quilt top.
Look at that. That is beautiful.
Just snip the threads and then I'll let you show it.
Look at that. And this is so, so tricky. Can you imagine trying to do that? Well, the only way you would do it, really, is perhaps tracing it.
Yeah.
And to be honest, if you're tracing with a pen, why not just trace with your needle?
Exactly.
And be stitching it there and then.
It's very therapeutic as well to actually see it taking shape.
I love that, isn't that beautiful? But of course, if you wanted to, you'd get a different result to using the different templates. Then maybe you'd come in and you'd use, I mean, you could do exactly as Ali's done there, but maybe using the hammerhead instead, working and rotating all the way around to get a different result. You pick a mix, you're going to be able to choose 2 of those. And of course, the diamond, again, done in exactly the same way, doing those rotations. Again, with this one, you can see we've only got, was it 7 rotations there? But of course you could go for more than those if you wanted to. The hammerhead, again, those rotations, whether there's a few or as many as you want to with these. And of course the bauble, that's another way that you could be using the bauble. In fact, that is the bauble with the, and this is, let me see if I've got the bauble here to show you, because sometimes it's easy to show you. Taking the bauble there and kind of the, can you see where you've got that dotted line, your stitch line inside there? That's been stitched out. Hold on, let's try and get it like that. There we go. Does that help? Like that. So you can see where it's just inside of the perspex, because that's the 1/4 inch seam allowance.
It is, exactly, yes.
So this one has been stitched with kind of the pointy petal, for the want of a better phrase, on the outside. But then the exact same template has been used on this one, but this time the pointy bit is in the middle. And you've got that kind of bauble end.
Yeah.
Out here. So 2 different results, dependent, and then of course you've got however many multiples you want to stitch in place.
Exactly. You could do it in a long row to go down the side of a, you know, your sashings.
Brilliant. Oh, we're on to something else.
I'm just going to show the heart. Don't hang about. I want to show the heart.
Okay, and which one are you using this time? Oh, the heart template. Sorry, yes, I'm with you.
So I'm just going around the inside, stopping with my needle down so that when I twist it, it's not going to move.
Now, the machine that you're using with this, it's kind of got what I call a small throat space.
It has.
This is a machine, a very transportable machine, ideal for classes and workshops, but it shows you can still use the templates with them.
That's what I want to show here, because the majority of people out there have got little machines like this, and they think that they can't use them, but you can use them just as easily.
And the template, of course, will go to the left or the right of the foot as well.
It will, yeah. So if you find that you've not got enough space here, all you do is move your work around to this side and you've got all that space. Yeah. So it's no different, it's just using it differently, that's all.
I like that idea.
So I've done one heart there, I'm going to do the other heart at the opposite side.
I've been actually playing with the heart over here because I'll let you into a secret. When Ali's here, and she's got all her templates, and you know I mentioned that protective layer on them. I can't help but peel it all off, all the ones that are sitting here.
I'm going to give you a job.
And you gave me a little screwdriver. I was going to pinch that back again. So with the heart, you can see earlier on I took that piece off. Literally all you need to do is something, if you've got nails then you can do that. My nails are silly nails at the moment, so I can't quite get hold of it, but just scratch it. And it's not going to scratch the perspex, but what you do is get hold of that, and you can see that peels away really easy. You don't have to do this, but it does mean that you can actually use those markings that you've got there, and you can see pull them away like that. And then on the back, again, you've got another layer of that protective layer, which when you clear that back, you can see it'll clear. So it makes it nice and easy. Now, when you receive yours, if you have got any little marks, a little bit like this one here, this one's from the set down at the bottom, don't worry about that, because that's just on that plastic coating, so you'll actually peel that away. It's just the scorch marks from the laser. They do get very, very hot, and I'm quite happy sat here. Look at this, I've got little bits of plastic all over the place. It's very therapeutic, I have to say.
It is. I actually enjoy doing it as well. It's one of those very satisfying things.
It is, it's funny, isn't it? So yeah, I can come round. As long as you've got tea and biscuits, I'll sit there and peel all the covers off for you.
We've got plenty of tea and biscuits, homemade cakes in my classes.
Oh, lovely.
Everything homemade. Right, so I've done the 4 now. So now what I can do is I can go in between and do the others if I want to. Okay. You could have done 3 and made it into a little shamrock.
Oh, that's a nice idea, yeah.
So for the Irish viewers, or if you're doing an Irish quilt.
Or good luck as well. Sometimes you use it as a good luck symbol, don't you?
Would, yes.
Shamrock, yeah.
weddings and things like that. So you just go into the inside. It does look quite strange, this heart, because it's got a big, deep groove in the top, but that is so that the foot will fit in there. Is it all peeled, Hayley?
They're complaining in the gallery because they can hear the crinkling on my mic, so I'm sitting here now with my arms stretched out.
But she can't stop. She still can't stop.
I've done it now. Look, it didn't take long.
You had a right mischievous grin then.
There you go. Sit on my hands.
I'm going to tell your twins on you. Mummy's being naughty.
Oh, they know.
So I'm just doing the next one.
And putting it together as a flight makes a really pretty bloom, doesn't it?
Sound good, does it?
Is it you bobbing
Have I brought this one as well?
No, not at all. I'm sure you haven't. You just caught your threads perhaps underneath.
I'll just have a little peek. Yeah, it has. Got a little bit of a bird's nest.
Lovely. Shall I show you some of the other examples that we've got while Ali's stitching those hearts? Because obviously it's quite repetitive once you get into the swing of it, but
it is
so therapeutic. Now here you can see we've got more of those examples. Again, this is one that we saw Ali working with a few moments ago. So this particular one is your swirl. I'm getting them into ever such a pickle here. I've got them all over the place. The swirl, you've got your inside and your outside. So again, with this particular one, you can see that's been laid down. So you can see like so. And it's created, but you can see here, if you wanted to, you could literally just take a quarter. If I fold that fabric into quarters, you'd be able to see that if you wanted to have this maybe as a corner piece, maybe you made it a quilt and you just wanted to put it in the corner of the four elements, and you could have there, just using say 5 of those in the corner, but put them all together in that rotation. Again, you could just take half of them if you wanted to do almost like a sunset effect. Again, you can see that with that. So you can get really creative with these. And I think what you'll find is when you get your set home, you'll be doodling with these. You'll get all your scrap fabrics out. And as Ali said previously, we've often had this conversation, it doesn't have to be your best fabric when you're practicing.
Definitely not your best fabric. Save that for when you've mastered it. And it doesn't take long. If you do 10 minutes a day, I'll bet you within a week or 2 weeks, you will be well on your way to, well, doing masterpieces.
Well, this is it, and Ali was working on this little quilt piece earlier on. And again, I forgot which one you did this one with now.
That was the multi-rule one.
Oh, yes, and that's set down at the bottom.
That's a nice beginner one to actually start out with.
And that was using the little rounded arc there. So you can see it there. So there you go. This one that is actually on the pick and mix, it's down at the bottom of the screen. It's your multi-rule one, which is part of your complete bundle. But you can see here Ali stitched using the little shoulders there as the stopping points, and literally did that. And then she'd rotate it round and do the next one. It's almost like, you know when you're in maths and you weren't paying attention but playing with the compass and the pencil, drawing little patterns on a piece of paper? Well, that's what I was doing in maths. That's probably why I ended up here and not continuing a career in the bank.
Right, so there's the heart done in the rotations. Now you could turn that into lovely flowers, you know.
That's
could do
nice.
a really lovely quilt and put flowers all over. Do stalks.
Yeah. Butterfly wings, fairy wings.
Anything like that is beautiful. I really like the heart.
Let's have a look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So if you're wanting to get hold of your pick and mix, maybe you're going to be choosing the heart and creating beautiful pieces just like you can see here. The heart is actually part of your pick and mix. We've got 6 different designs within there. So here you go. Perhaps you'll choose your heart. You can get it on its own, £14.99. But of course, most of you are going for that pick and mix, because with a pick and mix, you can literally choose which of those designs you're wanting to go for. So you don't have to worry. You could go for the heart, you could add in the diamond, you could add in the bauble. It's entirely up to you. The choice is yours, and that's the beauty of a pick and mix. Absolutely beautiful. There, you can see here, pick and mix. We've got 2 on the screen here. These might be your choice. There's lots of different options, and I'll take you through all of those. Shall I show you them live? Because these are brilliant to explain. You've got 6 different options with these. So, starting off at the top here with your diamond. We saw this one being used, literally rotating it. Again, you could be using that in a variety of different ways. Nice thing as well, you've got a sneaky straight line with this one as well, so perhaps you could use that for as a straight line for some of your projects. You've got the music note, which is the swirl. Traditional kind of feathers and swirls you could be doing with that particular one, to be honest. So if you fancy getting hold of that one is called your music note. Next to it, you've got your hammerhead. I think this one really does look like a perfume bottle, but again, you can rotate this in lots of different ways if you're wanting to get lots of different results with that one. Down at the bottom, you have got your swirl, so you've got your innie and your outie with your swirl as well, and of course the heart that we just saw our lovely Ali working with. And then you've got your bauble here, or as I said, I think teaming these 2 together, you can make some fabulous little butterflies. And of course, you've got lots of different ways you can use them when you're getting your final results. So here we go. This one's using that diamond one. Again, it's quite a masculine design to this one, isn't it? Maybe you're working on home decor that's got kind of monochromatic look with it, blacks and greys and whites perhaps. That's a nice one, very angular design. But then, of course, the more rotations you put into a design, the more fluid it becomes, if that makes sense. So even with the diamond, although you've got very angular corners to it, put a multiple collection together and you get a wonderful result. This one is using that swirl. Swirl's the one where you get the innie and the outie. Then this particular one is your hammerhead. So again, the hammerhead, this one is the one up at the top somewhere. Where is it? That one. So if I turn that round, try and turn it around without knocking everything over, you can see you've got almost like a triangular head at the top. So on this particular one, you can see that triangular head being used, and that's where it is, stitched out. But turn that one round and you get a different result. So this time using that more of an elongated petal, as you can see, that's the result that you get. I love the centrepiece of that. Do you remember Spirelli, where you used to work with your pencils and create all sorts of wonderful designs? It's that kind of idea, isn't it? Love it. And again, this one is the bauble this time. But again, dependent on how you play with that, depends on the results you get. And as we mentioned, whether it's just 4 repeats or whether you're deciding to go for 8 repeats, 16 repeats, even 32, I think you can go for with these. You can get some wonderful results. And in such a speedy time, you decide. I can't help you with that one. I know which ones I'd go for. You know what I'm going to say, all of them. Because I would, I'm greedy like that. I see the potential of all of these. And I have to say, once you start crafting with these, you're going to have a whale of a time. 613235, that's the all-important item number for you to get hold of yours. And £25.98 will get those to you, saving £4 on that £14.99 individual price that you'd be paying. And of course, your post and packing you haven't got to worry about because they're coming to you together. Basically paying £10.99 for an extra one, so it's worth considering. Now, if you've not invested in the system previously, you might not have your foot. You can get hold of your foot on the website for £34.99, but for me, this is the best way of getting hold of it, and this is the original system that Ali brought to us. You've got your 2 feet, so you've got your low shank and your high shank. What you need to do is take the foot off your machine and measure from the little screw hole down to the stitch plate. If it's ½ an inch or less, then you need to go for the low shank. If it's 3/4 or more, then it's going to be the high shank. But if you do choose the wrong one, Ali will swap those around for you. Just get in touch with her. That's not a problem at all. But then you're getting all the different rules in here. So you have got 5 of your circles. You're going to be able to use the inside and the outside of these. You've also got 2 of your arc, as you can see here. And again, you can use them on the inside and the outside. You've also got your multi-rule one with all the different elements around it. Now, I think we worked out that something like 16 or 19 different edges you've got between all of these when you start crafting with them. Then you're going to have the combination of using them together, so it really is a fabulous set. You also got some hook and loop with this. It's self-adhesive, and the idea is that you cut it just a little tiny bit off and you put it onto the perspex, and what happens is that grips onto your fabric so your template doesn't move around. So really useful. A little tiny bit of that you add in. And incidentally, if you're thinking of getting that foot and you're going to be paying, thinking about getting that £34.99, so just extra £15 and a penny, you can get this complete bundle here. Second payment of £50 would go out in a month's time, but that £15 and a penny is your first flexi-buy on top of what you'd normally be paying for the foot anyway, so definitely worth considering. Now, lots and lots to share with you. You're going to head back over and see how Ali's getting on with her design. Check them out on the website, all those different templates. So whether you fancy your hexagons, whether you fancy going for all those other little bits and pieces you'll see in there as well. Hexagons, we've got diamonds in there, you've got your Loch Ness Monster, which is your wave, and of course you've got your deeper scallop there as well. So there's lots and lots for you to check out. Any questions, by all means, please do get in touch. We'd love to hear from you here at Hochanda, studio@hochanda.com. And if you don't have access to the internet, you can give our call centre a call, let them know what it is you need to know, and they can feed it through to us here by the powers that is the earpiece. Now, headed back over to the demo area. Now, what are you up to? You're going to add to that design?
I am. I've got my trusty multi-rule one out.
Okay.
And I'm just going to, I've drawn a square just around the design. I'm just going to place the ruler against the edge of the foot there.
Okay.
Sorry, of the line. So I'm going to stitch a straight line. I didn't mention before that I'm actually controlling the stitch width. It's in free motion, so however, if I don't move, it's not moving anywhere.
So it's stitching on the spot then,
yeah. So basically I'm moving the work to get the stitch length.
And I have to say, I mean, I know we've mentioned the foot on its own. If you've not got a free motion foot, and at the moment you're not ready to use the template, so you might want to have a go at free motion, and you've not got a free motion foot for your machine at the moment, then it is a brilliant foot to use. And also, it might save you some money, because some of those free motion feet, you can be paying near £100 for some of them.
I've bought 3, and I paid £80 for one, well, £79.
Yeah.
And I paid £69 for the other one.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, definitely.
And then I still had to buy the free motion foot. So this one does both. So I'm just running that along the edge, and I've got a perfectly straight line, which there's no way on earth would I be able to do that without. Place it on the edge.
And it saves you time as well. You've got time and accuracy on your side with this one, haven't you?
It does, yeah, so you can go on to explore all the different things that you can do with the rulers.
And Ali's got a little Facebook group that you're more than welcome to get involved with. I'm a member on there, and it's really interesting looking at some of the different things that people
very friendly
create.
As well, and they're very informative.
So, yeah.
They're really good if you need anything, you know, to do with sewing, obviously. Yeah. They're not agony ants. But they've generally got the answers.
That's it.
I'm just going back up to where I started from, and I've finished that little square. So now I can decide what I want to do to add to it.
Okay.
So I'm just going to have a look at this and see. And this is generally how I work when I'm making the designs that I want to do. So I have a look to see, because that's the central part there. I can see the line that I've drawn on. This is just done with the crafter's pens.
Oh, yes, the threader's
pens.
one, yeah.
So I'm going to see about adding a circle.
Now, the beauty is, if you are working around the edge, you've got all of those little lining line-up marks on there etched into the perspex.
You have, and that's why they're on there. So I know that if I line that up on there, that is going to be exactly halfway. But that's not going to be big enough. So I'm going to see if it's the inside of this one that I need to do. And it looks like it is. So I'm just going to raise that foot. I'm going to slide that in there.
So this time you're working on the inside?
The inside, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to drop that down again. And I'm going to... Oops, I can't move that when the needle's down. Move that so the lines are on the edge. It sticks to this fabric a little bit with the hook.
Satin fabric, isn't it? Because it's quite tricky.
So now I should be more or less into the centre when I come round here. Oh, I'm not, I'm way out.
But then what you could do is go from the opposite corner
and then do
a bridging one in the middle.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that. I didn't measure that very well, did I? So
we'll kind of do on the hoof.
But that's what I want people to see. I want people to see that this is how I actually design what I'm going to do. It's not all planned beforehand, but if you want to plan it beforehand, go ahead. So I should be able to use the outside one of that.
And Ali had a brilliant idea. Obviously, we were here at 10 o'clock this morning, so you can go back and watch that show if you do want to. Don't go yet, though, because there's more to see in this hour. And she suggested making up like a little swatch book of maybe designs that you've put together.
I need to do that myself,
stages.
Actually. Because you do forget, you do it and then you forget about it, and then you can't remember how you did it. Yeah, that's a good idea, that, Hayley. So what I'm going to do is go to that corner.
I've been there, done that.
And I'm going to come back and do the middle, so I'm going to start at the central so it's going to be even both sides.
Lovely.
And overlap.
Wonderful.
Oh, that's bigger than that. Never mind, we'll do bigger ones.
Now, of course, the circles are included in that, the multi-ruler set, the details up on your screen there, as is the foot. So if you've not got anything, haven't got any of the templates, and you haven't got your foot already, this is a perfect way for you to get hold of them. It's the original system that Ali brought to us, and is always very, very popular in all of our shows, so we've got people investing in this all the time. But of course, you've got to pick and mix as well. So if you have already got your foot, or you've bought your foot separately, then this is a perfect way for you to get some additions to your your template layout. Now, we've got them here all in a bit of a pile because I've been a bit messy with these ones. Should we go through them and show you? You've got the heart. We saw Ali working with this one a little earlier on, so this is going to be brilliant if you want to create, obviously, sweethearts, as you can see there. But as Ali showed us rotating it round, you're going to create some beautiful petal shapes with these. And you can see there, There you go, absolutely perfect, sits in there. Equally so, you don't have to use the whole of this. Alice put some marks on there to help you with regards to your lining up. So it might be a case that you wanted to take that particular one, line it up with the edge of that, so using that harsh line that you've got there on the edge of that heart and kind of creating different shapes with these. Or what you could do is actually take a little marker pencil or maybe an alcohol marker or something that could actually go on here, that if you only wanted to do part of the shape, so maybe just going around here to create those pieces there, or maybe just wanted the points on there, then you've got a little line that you can line up to each and every time. So you've got your heart as one of your options. You've also got your diamond as one of your options as well. In addition to that, you've got your swirl, and of course your swirl does come with this centre part as well, which you can actually, well, you will have somewhere. Oh, there it is. In a safe place. There you go, so the innie and your outie. In addition to that, you have got your hammerhead, and the hammerhead, again, you can rotate that one, so you can use it with the triangular head on the outside and then the longer head on the inside, or equally so, you can turn it around the opposite way around. You've also got your music note as well, and again, this is another one where you can use it a little or the whole of it, so maybe you just want to use that little part there, maybe you want to use that, the inside and the outside edge, maybe you're wanting to use just that little curl at the bottom there. It's entirely up to you. That's the beauty of these designs. And you've also got your bauble, so that's 6 different options that you can go for with these. You pick in any 2. Maybe you'll go for those 2, maybe you'll go for those 2. I don't know. The decision is up to you, and they're all on the website. And it is brilliant because it's so easy. You'll see all the designs there, and you simply click on the button to see. You pick, so whichever you want to go for. So this time, what should we go for? Go for the, yeah, we'll go for the swirl, like the swirl one. You can go for the diamond as well, perhaps on this particular occasion. You'll see at the bottom of the screen in that purple band, it will show that you've chosen your 2 items of 2. Now, of course, if you are a little bit greedy like me and you want to go in for the others, then you can do. You can go back and pick another 2 and perhaps another 2 after that to mean that you've got all 6 of them. It's entirely up to you. And then just check your basket, make sure you've got everything that you need. Check your basket out, and then the order will get on its way to you in no time at all. How are you getting on, Ali?
I'm just going to show you how I did the central part. I'm throwing rulers all over the place.
Let's just have something roll over this way. Do you need that,
No,
please?
no, I don't need it, thanks, Ellie. Right, so what I'm going to do is, rather than break off, I'm going to go around the corner. So I'm going to use my multi-ruler 1 again.
Okay. And you were saying that this is one of the ones that you use pretty much every time when you're working with your templates.
Yeah, constantly. I love how the rulers all just work together. So I'm just going slowly because I'm going over the top of the previous row of stitches, which will do 2 things. It'll make it more prominent, but it will also make sure the stitches are nice and secure.
Okay.
But it's just basically so I don't have to keep breaking off. So just take it slowly when you're going over the top. Right, so I'm going to stop about there, and I'm going to place my ruler. I can see the middle there where I need.
Oh, so you've got the marking on the perspex.
Yeah, I've got the marking there, and I'm lining up the other 2 on here, so I know that this is central.
Okay.
And when I get to that point, I'm going to go around the circle. So this is how I know it's going to be exact. Back round to the line. Come back. Not throwing you around. Stop with your needle down so you can get stay in exactly the same place. Back to the line, you can see over the top. Swap that for the multi-ruler 1, and we're going to carry on stitching along that line. If you find it easier to turn your work so you can see, which it probably would be for me, but I know it's harder for the viewers to see, I'm going to have to now because I've hit the machine.
It just shows how the design can grow as you're working with it.
Yep.
A bit like crafting, paper crafting. You've got a bit of an idea to start with, but sometimes you kind of go off on a tangent, don't you?
But now you can see we've got the
that.
3 with the central design, and I'm going to keep on adding things to it.
That would make a fabulous cushion, wouldn't it?
It would.
Yeah,
and
just the right
this
size.
way, the stitching becomes the feature rather than, you know, piecing and things, which is brilliant. You know, it's nice to piece, but sometimes you want the stitching to be the star of the show. And
you've got so many different fabulous threads out there. You've got things like your variegated threads, your metallic threads. You can get some wonderful results with those.
Can't do it that way because I can't see. And that way I've got a nice double line, but I'll go over it.
Fabulous.
So I'll get back on track.
love it. Now, pick and mix details up on your screen. Of course, we've been working a lot with that one. We've also got the multi-rule one set that, and also the circles included with that larger bundle. We'll swap those details around. Of course, this one does come with your foot as well. So if you've got nothing at all of Ali's templates, why have you not? They're brilliant. You really do need to get involved with these. And you can do for £50 being your first payment with your complete bundle, as you can see on the screen there. And the second payment will go out in a month's time. If you were going to start off with this set, you would need to invest in that foot to start with, which would normally cost you £34.99. Now, if you're going for the complete collection on your screen there, take the price of your foot off your first flexi buy and you're just paying an extra £15 and a penny. Might be worth it, mightn't it? Because that means that when you get the foot home, straight away, you've got those brilliant templates you can get going with. And then there's only one thing I ask, share what you've created.
Yes,
in fact,
please.
if you've already got those rulers at home, we would love to see what you've been up to. Still got time? Got a little over halfway through the hour, so there's plenty of time for you to get in touch. Send us those photos, and we'd love to share them with everybody. And I know people have been loving these because we get some really brilliant feedback.
There's been some really good feedback, and it's really lovely to hear. I'm just loving that people are getting as much out of it as I do.
That's the thing, isn't it? There you go. Now, should we let Ali continue with this and then pop back in a minute?
I've finished
it.
now.
Have you finished? You're all done? Oh, wow, okay.
Well, that part anyway. I'll have a look at it and decide what I'm going to do next, so you can see what happens when you just mix all the rulers together there. I'll let you show it,
hold that up. This is getting quite a big piece now. But you could imagine this being the centre panel of a quilt. Or maybe on a pillowcase, maybe on a cushion.
Or a christening blanket for a baby or something like that would be lovely with it being like a Saturday.
Isn't that lovely? And I love those half circles because you could literally have those working out from there and make it as big as you want it to go.
Definitely, you could do clamshells as well.
Yes.
Going around it.
Nice idea. Ali, thank you for that one. I'm going to let you consider what your next step's going to be while we give you a quick review. Here we go. Now, if you want the ruler system that Ali's been working with, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get your foot, which depends on whether you go for the low or the high shank with these. Then, of course, in addition to that, you are going to get your template. You're going to get a set here of circles. 5 circles include in total, as you can see there. Using the insides and the outsides of those, you're also going to have your arc. So your arc is the one that's almost like an eye shape or a petal shape. Again, you've got the outside frame, you've got the inside piece as well coming to, and then of course the multi-rule one, which is what we've just seen Ali working with. 2 payments of £50 will get all of that on its way too. And as I said, if you're thinking about getting the foot anyway, for just £15 and a penny more, you'll be able to get everything else. Second payment goes out in a month's payment. And then, of course, you're going to be saving. You don't have to come back and get additional templates. You can get cracking straight away the minute that it arrives. But of course we're here because we've bought a pick and mix. Ali's put together some of her latest designs, 6 different designs in total that you can choose. You can take advantage of 2 of these and save yourself £4 in the process. You'd normally be paying £14.99 for them individually, but by putting them all together, you're kind of paying £14.99 for one and then just £10.99 for your next one. Or could work out as £12.99 for each of them. Depends how you want to do the maths, really, doesn't it? Details are up on your screen. You've got 6 to choose from, though. So where should we start? Where should we start? Should we go for the diamond? Yes. I do like the diamond one, I must admit. Nice, easy one. It's very simplistic design when you look at it there, but you'd be amazed at the different results you can actually get with this one. Have I got the... You know what? I haven't got it here. What have I done with it? There's the diamond piece gone. I don't know what I've done with it. It's around somewhere. Oh, here's the diamond one. There's a little one. It's not the one I was originally looking at, but it does show you. So here you go. You can see here you've got different ways. 7 repetitions here. So they don't even need to be even numbers with these for you to get some wonderful results. Where's the one? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, there is 8 actually there, isn't there? Yeah, there is 8 there. Sorry. Sending myself cross-eyed looking. Love the way you've almost got that angular flower sitting in the centre there as well, but of course you could build up even more repetitions if you wanted to. So that's your diamond. Next to the diamond we've got the swirl, and this, I keep calling it a swirl, I'm sorry, this one's a music note. And again with this one you've got lots of different ways. Oh, there's the diamond one. Just whiz that one through. There you go. That was the diamond one. That was the one I was looking for. The swirly one. Again, this is on the pink fabric. I think I've left this over, Ali. This one is the note one. So again, you've got the swirl. You can use certain areas of that if you're wanting to. The inny bit, the outy bits, entirely up to you. Next one that we've got here, this one is your hammerhead. See, in my ear, Georgie's calling it toadstool. Oh dear. I call that timber. Wrecking the joy. It's doing really well as well, isn't it? And you will find, because I must admit with some of them I was giving them different names as well. Very heraldic look to it, as you can see here, quite medieval maybe. Do like that one, but of course this particular one, that's using it with those triangular heads on the outside, but turn it round and you've got a very soft petal. So that's exactly the same piece, but this time very daisy-like, and I do like that one. I like this one because it almost looks like you've used two different templates. You've got the centre piece and the outer piece there as well. So that's using the one that we can see just of there. Then as we work our way down, you've got the swirl. That's proving to be the most popular one. You're liking this one. Perhaps it's because you've got two for the price of one, maybe with that, because you've got your innie and your outie. Approaching half the stock of this one has gone. This is where you get that gorgeous, almost like sunrise effect with this one. Nice, happy shape, that one, I think. Beautiful. And again, depends on you how many different times you use it to get those results. The heart, of course, we saw the heart in action. Where was the heart one that we did? Oh, there it is, on that side. Look at that. Again, just getting those repeats. But look at the size of this piece that you're working on. But of course, you could just do 4 of them. You can kind of distinguish 4 there from the north, south, east, west. And then, of course, you've got the ones that you can put in between if you wanted to. You could add even more into that design if you wanted. You just keep going until you're happy with the results. And then when you're done, you just stop. And then the final one that we've got there is your bauble. And again, the bauble, this is another one, very versatile. Depends on how many different repetitions you want to do with this one as well. But again, some wonderful results each and every time. 613235, that's the item number for your pick and mix. You decide, you choose which of those 2 you're wanting to go for. Or maybe you're going to go for 2 and then another 2. And possibly another 2 afterwards, because you can do that if you want to. It's not the only set of templates that we've got for you to choose from, because we've got the multi-rule system, we've got the circles and the arcs in the next one. And this is brilliant because it does come with the foot as well. So the templates we've been working with, you have a foot that Ali has brought to, especially engineered to work with these templates. Beauty of the foot is you can get it on its own at £34.99, but it's also part of this bundle that we see here. And this bundle is brilliant because you've got your foot, your low shank and your high shank. So depending on which you wanted to go for. Ali saying to us that 85% of machines will take that low shank, but if you do find it's the wrong one, then just get in touch with her and she'll swap them over. You've also got your circles, concentric shapes in there, 5 circles. You've got your arc there, and you've got your innie and your outie again with that one, and then you have got your multi-rule one. And again, with these, brilliant results time and time again. I'm going to pull this piece across that was on the other side of the heart, because I love this one. Look at this. This is using that arc. Big, huge petals you can create with these. Isn't that effective? And the beauty of the arc as well, you can see here, it's almost like a little firework that's been created there. Just taking a little part of that arc and then stitching a little bit further, around there. Do like that, could be whiskers. Straight edge that you've got with the multi-rule one means that you can actually do this and get these rotations within a square. So that's very clever. Basically, you just kick it over to one side and then drop it down and then drop it down a little bit further and further until you get that kind of result. And of course, because you have got that circle, you can add it to other shapes that you've got. So you can see, for example, this finished sample here that we've got. You've got your hexagon in the centre, but then the half circles going around the parameter. Maybe you've got a machine that does embroidery. You could have this, the centrepiece could be somebody's date of birth, couldn't it? A little baby or something like that. It could be part of a cot blanket. But all of those templates are coming with that foot for £99.99. If you're going for the foot on its own, £34.99. Worth considering. For £15 and a penny, that will take care of your, in addition to that £34.99, take care of that first payment with your flexi buy. So it might be worth thinking about getting a hold of it that way. Now, should we do a deep wave? We've got a deep wave coming up for you. And this is brilliant because this particular one is fabulous because it's got an arc on there, a nice gentle arc with these ones. And this is brilliant. So here you can see you've got that smooth edge there, which again, if you want just a gentle wave, you could go like so, and then you could flip it over and stitch the other way if you wanted to, and have a kind of nice meandering arc going along perhaps the sashing of your quilt. You've got your kind of little arc shape here on the end, and then at the other end here as well. So that one, £21.99. You've got lots of markings on there as well, so if you do want to line it up, you can do. With this particular one, you can see here you've got that kind of meandering road. I think this is brilliant. If you're doing a kid's quilt, you could have this as the sashing. Maybe put some little lumbers in there. It's almost like playing a little game. Or you can have it looking so as it's like a road or something like that. Do like that idea. And again, using those arcs, you could just do parts of those shapes and then teaming them up, get some wonderful results. So if you fancy getting hold of that one, 643123. The next one that we've got, this is one that reminds me of the Loch Ness Monster. I do like this one. And this will enable you to get that kind of clamshell effect because you've got more of a rounded end to this particular one. So, of course, putting it together, you can see this is the kind of result you get with that. But, of course, you've got lots of different edges to this one, so there's loads of different ways you could be working with it, to be honest, and getting some wonderful results each and every time. £21.99 if you fancy getting hold of this scallop wave, as you can see there, 142845. Now, we've got a pair of sets that you can choose from for our next item. Got squares, not squares, try again, hexagons and diamonds with these ones, £29.99. You can decide which of those two sets you go for, or if you want to, you could go for both of them. If you fancy doing that, no additional post and packing then, because they're on the same item number. 654 being the item number on that one. And again, you've got, I think it was 6 of the hexagons and 5 of the diamonds, or was it the other way around? I can't remember. Something along those lines. Now, if you want to go to the circles on their own, then you can do £24.99. These are included in the bundle at the bottom of the screen, so if you do want to go for those, you can do on their own. But I will mention to you, on the picture there, it might look as if you get 2 sets of circles. It's just to illustrate what happens when you actually take that protective coating off. So you will get 1 set of circles come with those. So, Ali, what did you decide to add to your design?
Right, I'm doing a heart in each of the corners, and I'm on my last one, so...
Perfect timing, then.
A bit of, here's one I did earlier. And then I'm going to show you how I finished off one of the hearts. I'm going to do it on all the 4 corners eventually. Don't know if I'll get a chance to do it all today, but you'll be able to see what my intentions are. So I'm just going around the heart, back down to where I started from. Take that off. Do a couple of locking stitches and then take that out. So that's the heart done in each of the corners. And if I take the scroll, I'm going to do like a stand for it. Now, what I wanted to do is I want it to come round here and come against that heart.
Okay.
So I need to make sure it's about 1/4 of an inch away at that side there and 1/4 of an inch away there, so I can start on that top of that circle. So I'm going to put my needle down to start, making sure I'm not too far away there.
Okay.
Doing a couple of locking stitches. And then I'm just going to follow that around. Come round to where I started, to where I want to finish, and I want to turn it so that I can get into that end bit. Come right around the curve and go back. A couple of locking stitches and then take that out. I'm going to do the same at the other side.
Okie dokie.
Get rid of those threads so you can see what I'm doing. Now, things like this, when you're doing it on a quilt for yourself, you're better off marking it so they're all going to be level.
Okay.
Obviously, I haven't got that luxury of time, so I'm just basically eyeballing it and hoping for the best.
Okie dokie.
Which probably won't work, but you never mind. You'll get the idea of what I'm doing.
I think we've had a pretty good success rate during the last couple of hours. Ali was here with us at 10 o'clock this morning, so you can go back and watch that show if you want to. We've only got about 6 minutes left in this show. In fact, the time really has passed away.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Doesn't it just?
And I'll tell you something, when you're getting your sewing rooms with these rulers, it does half fly.
Oh, yes. Your ironing basket will be touching the ceiling.
Ironing? What's that?
Well, this is it.
I only
All
press
your
projects. I don't think I'm the only one there either. So coming back around, making sure that doesn't move. If it does move, just try and put it back straight when you're on the curve.
Okay.
It doesn't show as much. A couple of locking stitches, and then... So that's giving it like some shoulders to hold the heart into that corner. Well caught. Caught me bobbin. And lift up the foot. So I've done 2 of the corners now, so I'll let you have a look, and then I will decide what I'm going to do next.
It's growing and growing. So in the corner, oh, that's nice.
And it doesn't take long, does it? You know, once you start.
Look at this. So this was we started, the centrepiece was at 10 o'clock.
Yes,
you did that with the swirls, which of course part of your pick and mix.
Yeah.
Then the straight edge was done with the multi-rule.
It was.
And that was during this hour as well, wasn't it? So we've done a lot of work actually in this.
Yeah, and we've actually designed it in this hour as well.
That's true, yeah.
So the top part was done with the circles, and then we've used the heart and the swirls. So
do
all
like
the
those
rulers
hearts.
work together, and that's just proving how it will work together.
And I do like the way that you put those swirls, like you say, it's almost framing those hearts, holding them in place. And it looks like it's all come from that one design, but then of course you've got a little area here, so you could go in with your templates and add a few more if you wanted to.
Plus there's the diamonds that we could add in there as well. They all will work together perfectly.
And then the beauty is, if you were making this as a quilt, you could have that as your centre panel, and then as you're working your blocks around the corners, take certain areas, maybe do a block with the squaring in the corner, in the sashing, you could have more of those swirls, all coordinating.
Are you going on to play with your rulers?
You won't see me for days. Now, the website is a place to go. You'll find the pick and mix on there. You'll find them available individually there as well if you're wanting to go for them. But don't forget, by going for them in the pick and mix, you're saving yourself £4. We're literally at the end of the show, so I'm going to bring Ali with me along the counter, and we'll be chatting about all the different elements. And, of course, you've still got time to make your decisions, to make your choices, to pop your elements into your basket. Pick and mix, all you need to do is click on each one of those buttons if you are wanting to go for any of those, and then you can simply check out your basket with your choices, the personal choices that you've made. And it is nice to have a pick and mix where you decide,
definitely,
isn't it?
yeah, because you can see all the different aspects of it and think, well, that's going to go with that and that's going to go with that, and you're not tied to having them all.
Yeah.
But if you want them all,
that's it.
I mean, you're just like me. I have to have them all.
I can't decide, so I'll have them all. Keep it simple. There we go. Now, lots of people going for the multi-rule system. Why do you think a lot of people are going for this particular bundle?
Versatility.
Okay.
Because as you saw in that that last demo, you reach for the multi-ruler all the time, and it's always one to have there. So that is an essential. That's a must-have. You've got to have that. The circles, again, so versatile. You can do so many different designs with the circles that you've got to have them. And then the arc, that's giving you a central panel. So the designs we've just done, you could do a hell of a lot of that with just these, what you've got here. Okay. You could use the central part there, using the arc to make the big bouquet in the centre.
Yes.
Add to it with your multi-ruler, with your squares, and then put your semicircles on top. There's so much you can do. It's so versatile, that kit.
And I think you will find, as we saw Ali doing, and this design here, starting off with your base shape, adding a little bit more, thinking, oh, I can add something here, I can add something there, and it will evolve.
Hexagon.
Yeah, hexagon in the centre, which we've got.
And it's the multi-rule one
just
at
using
the top.
The ends.
Yeah, the corner. It's not the corners. You can't have circular corners, can you?
Yeah, you can on our show. We can have whatever we like. This is brilliant as well, and I'll show you this one, because if you've worked with any panels, I mean, we sell lots of panels here, and this is kind of traditionally where that top stitching comes, isn't it? When you created your quilt, to keep your top layer, your wadding, and your back layer together, you would top stitch it.
Yes.
And traditionally, you'd have to send away for this, this as a service, but now you can do it yourself.
And circles are a really hard one to do, and this is going to give you absolutely spot-on circles, and they're going to be so precise, exactly the same size, and that's how you get the other designs coming through.
Yeah, I love that, because it's like little petals just where they interlock.
It just depends how you look at it. You either see circles or you see the petals.
Yeah, just where your eye lands, isn't it?
It is.
And again, mixing up the variety of shapes that you've got in here as well. So here again, you've got almost like an oval shape. Is that using the end of the multi-rule?
It is. That's like the first demo we did this morning.
And then your straight lines using the straight edge. So that is your complete section. The complete set on your screen there, as you can see.
It's getting late here,
your low shank and your high shank included with this one. So 620886 being your item number. But of course, we were here kicking off the show with the pick and mix. It's a brilliant way for you to add to your collection of templates. Maybe you've gone for a foot on its own during this hour. You've still got time to add in a couple of these templates, and it really is the best way to get hold of with that £4 saving. Which one's your favourite, Ali?
I think it's got to be the swirl.
Okay, right.
And the note.
And the swirl has been most popular, actually. With
I'm not surprised, because you can do a lot with it. I think it's the way it gives you that nice sunburst effect.
Yes.
When you do it in rotations. But, I mean, I like the heart now, because I've been working with the heart with the scrolls, and I think they work perfectly together to add the shoulders.
Yes.
So I think that's one that I'm going to be working with a lot.
I like the hammerhead, and it's not the one that I was drawn to start with, but having seen what you can do with it.
With both sides.
That's it, yeah.
Because you got me onto doing that, actually.
Swapping them around and fitting them.
And I couldn't believe how different it looks.
It's amazing, really, is it? And you'll find that with many of these, twisting them around using different parts, getting different results, different numbers of rotations, totally different look each and every time. Ali, it's been a pleasure yet again.
Thank you, Hayley. I've loved it.
And you're back again later on the month?
15th.
The 15th of February?
Yes.
Right, I think I'm in then. Yeah, oh, lovely.
You never know.
Fingers crossed. We'll send that email. Hopefully we'll be working again together. Put a little circle around the calendar now. If there's anything that you've placed in your baskets now, you really do need to be checking out your baskets ahead of the next hour. So make sure you are doing that. I'll be joining you in a little over an hour's time. I've got a happy hour, so I do hope that you'll be joining me. I'll be on my ownio, but hopefully bringing you some brilliant savings. But they'll only be there for the hour, so you need to make sure that you do tune in and make your orders during that hour. Of course, another fabulous hour coming up after the break. Do stay tuned, but don't forget to check out your baskets. And Ali, thank you again.
Thank you, Hayley. It's us. Thank you.
So what have we got coming up? Well, Jodie's in the building, so we've got tonic index ideas coming up after the break. Then I'm back with happy hour deals, and then of course it's your final opportunity to get hold of your current one-day special at 5 o'clock. I'll be back at 6 with the new one though.